Hey up, me odes. It is Rowie here. Thank you very much indeed for dropping by. That's as always, it's very, very much appreciated. It's Monday night, so it's time for a ruddy big beer with the ruddy big lad. Less swearing. There we go. In the million, in the 1 in a million chance I ever get monetized, if they click on that one, there will not be any swearing in the first minute. Not going to be a problem. Do not need to worry about that. So, time for a double IPA. Picked up I think it was last week, wasn't it? Maybe the week before, when I was in when I was in Birmingham at Head of Steam. I saw some Trills in the fridge, and so we have got from Trillium Brewing Company in Massachusetts. I'm almost able to say that without reading it. It's a double IPA .av. 8.2% double IPA. This has a 4.3%. This is a 4.3 on Untappd, so like a very decent score for a pale beer. Yeah, and so with it being Trillium, obviously we're going to be expecting a nice New England style double IPA. I know it's hopped with Nelson Sauvin, but it's also hopped with CTZ or CTZ. That's Columbus Tomahawk Zeus. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's about right. That sounds familiar. Essentially, to all intents and purposes, different names for the same hop variety. Usually used as a bittering hop, very high alpha acid content. So you should expect a nice bitterness to this one. So that's very, very good. Obviously, Nelson, we can expect sort of tropically grapey sort of notes. So yeah, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this one. I know that I believe the Av series is based on famous avenues sort of around the Boston area. I think I did read something around, and I think it might be like Dorothy, but that might have, I also did watch The Wizard of Oz recently, so it might just be the fact that I'm simping for Dorothy. Actually, isn't Dorothy like a kid? Yeah, take that back. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah. Forget everything I said up until this point. We'll start again. Hey up me odes, it is Rowie here. Yeah. That was rubbish, wasn't it? So, well, we'll get this in the ruddy glass, we'll get it ruddy sniffed, then we'll get it ruddy slurped, and then we can all just go back to our usual routines. Yeah, that sounds fine by me, doesn't it? So, yeah, it's been out the fridge for about 20 minutes. We'll get it ruddy poured into the ruddy glass. No swearing here. There we go. Great sort of breakfast juice sort of colouring. I know it sounds like shitty, but it's kind of exactly how this first swear. That's exactly how I'd expect a Trillium beer to look like. So that's no bad thing. If only for the fact that it means I've definitely not got a West Coast nonsense, because as we all know, West Coasts are the worst types of IPA. So yeah, we'll have a little sniff. We'll see what's going on. A little whiffy woo. Ooh, a little bit of pine in there, a little bit of apricot, clementine, orange, just list the orange things. Well, it smells like, there's definitely that stinky mango, the sort of little bit of the old weed in there as well, which is no necessarily bad thing. But yeah, well, that's enough of that. I'm bloody gasping here. Let's get it bloody slurped, shall we? My word. Just so soft and juicy. So easy drinking. Just slips down a treat. Not a hint of its ABV. Everything that I really look for in a double IPA. There's a reason why double IPAs are my favourite style of beer. It's just that. It's just the sheer slurp ability. Really gorgeous mouthfeel on that one. Really thick, really sort of coats the tongue, coats the taste buds. That is an absolute belter of a double IPA. Yeah, I've done my little bit about how difficult it used to be to get Trilliums, and the fact that they're now more readily available in this country is definitely something we need to be celebrating. Don't get me wrong, still celebrate more your local breweries, support those guys. British breweries, support all of those. But, you know, when you are at your bottle shops, local bars, yada, 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 you know, do treat yourself, you know, do grab something like this every now and again. It's probably going to be I say that as in, they Brewdog in Nottingham currently have got Fort Point by Trillium, which I believe is their sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Probably flagship beer, to be honest with you. I shared a couple of cans with them. I shared a couple of cans the other night with some friends in there. But I might swing by Brewdog later on in the week to grab a can of that, just so I can get that on the channel. I get how things are, you know, like maybe 12, 15 quid is a lot of money for a beer. I'm not disputing that. You'd have to be a fucking moron to dispute that. But every now and again, getting something like that in to treat yourself. I'll tell you what, I'd rather have one of these than 6 beers from the supermarket every single time. If you feel differently, no shade. Do you know what I mean? I completely respect that. I completely get it. But yeah, but this for me, this is the good stuff, baby. I am such a pretentious wanker, aren't I? Like the shades, the thing, the microphone, plants. What a wanker. No wonder nobody watches this. I don't blame you. Go watch Raggy. I do mean that, actually. If you're not subscribed to Raggy, do subscribe to Raggy, as he is an absolute bloody hero. Oh, it's just silky smooth and goes down a treat. I'd say this is probably about, this is probably about, I'd imagine like 4, maybe 5 months old now. So it's not super, super fresh, and it's probably not drinking its best. But it's still like, that's the sort of thing with things like this, is why I always like to grab them when I see them. Because actually, is there a canning date on there? No. I'm mainly going by some other people's reviews that I've seen who've had it in the UK, so presumably it's the same batch. And they go back about 3 to 4 months, so we'll say some shipping time as well. We'll say 5 months. Hopefully it's probably close to 4, but it could be a fucking year and a half for all I know. I'm talking shite most of the time. But yeah, it does really make you think like how great this would have been fresh, like that. What was it? I've forgotten what's bloody called. It's the best beer I've had this pissing year. What did I have recently? Well, I've got all notes here and things that are like the Tripping Animals. Yeah, what was it bloody called? Don't Trip Doggo Double IPA. Yeah, that was, I'll make notes on all the beers I have. You need to have them as well. You know, you can't just sort of like, Untapped sucks. I don't like Untapped, you know. I like to have a little book with my notes in that I fill in afterwards. You know, it's what our forefathers did, and it's what I'll be ruddy well doing until long after. And obviously that was 5 days old. It was canned in Miami, and then I had it in Nottingham 5 days later when a friend brought it over, and that was just it was ridiculous. And so there is kind of like a longing as to what this might have been like when it first came over. But hey, we've got it, we're slurping it, it tastes bloody great. That's what's important. So yeah, well, as always, thank you very much indeed for watching. It's another little one with you before I go. Bestow. Yeah, yeah, that was nonsense. Yeah, as always, thank you very much indeed for watching. A like and subscribe is always appreciated. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you've had any trills. Let me know in the comments if you've had any that are in the Avenue series. Let me know if you just think I'm a bit plonker, if you want to as well. It's completely up to you. So yeah, thank you very much indeed for watching. As always, like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in a bit, won't I? Yeah, in a bit. Yeah, take care.